says a pack of teens almost killed her. Tonight, she's telling her story only on CBS 13.
It was put my hands over my face and pull my body in as tight as I could.
Beaten and bloodied, now still in the hospital 5 days after that attack.
Let's go to Mike Delastrito. He's live at UC Davis Medical Center. He talked to her tonight. This sounds like it was a remarkable interview, Mike.
You know, you hear this woman talk and you hear her tell her story. It's nothing short of chilling. And it all happened just about a dozen blocks south of the hospital. It's a good thing she was so close.
I'm zipped all the way down the side, and I have a hole to my lungs right now.
Brandy Brogy struggles with each breath. The pain unbearable. The experience unforgettable. Brandy was walking down 14th Avenue near Stockton Boulevard in Sacramento. That's when she says a group of 5 drunk teens crossed her path.
Made a comment, why don't you guys get inside before you get in trouble? And that's when the girl came back after me with a knife. And before I knew it, I was on the ground, and all 5 of them were kicking me repeatedly.
They didn't use the knife. Their feet were enough.
All I could do was put my hands over my face and pull my body in as tight as I could.
The kicks kept coming from the gang of teenage thugs. At least 2 of them girls.
I had a hold of one of their legs and actually debated on whether or not I was going to get beaten to death if I bit one of them.
Finally, the attack stopped. The teenagers disappeared into the darkness, and Brandy was lying on the ground, knowing she needed help fast.
Brandy wound up in the ER, then rushed into surgery.
Well, I just got out of intensive care after 4 days. They did a lot of damage. They punctured my lungs, broke a few ribs, and I had to have my spleen removed.
Brandy knows cops probably won't catch the criminals. There aren't very good descriptions. In her mind, justice could come from the kids seeing this, seeing her still in the hospital after an attack that almost killed her.
If nothing else, you know, maybe they'll make some different choices in their life if they recognize the seriousness of what it's done.
And hey, here's one way to get them caught. They're teenagers, and there were 5 of them. And teenagers love to talk. Talking gets you caught. Brandy just hopes they start talking soon.
Well, that was, as I thought, a remarkable interview.
And it's just, you know, proof why people are afraid to speak up, Mike. It's just a shame. We wish her the best. Thank you.
New tonight, an air tank.
It's a shame.
Backyard lawbreakers. Sacramento families hiding illegal pets. They're chickens.
But now there's a growing group looking to change the law. Mike Delastrito is live at an undisclosed location in Sacramento. That is where an undercover coop is.
And here it is. This is the undercover coop in this undisclosed location. Now, you know, you wouldn't even know this coop was here unless you walked into the backyard. But if Sacramento code enforcement found out, they would swoop in and swipe up these chickens faster than a fox in the hen house.
It's a different kind of chicken and egg debate.
They're really easy to deal with.
Dave is no chicken. This Sacramento scofflaw goes on camera, knowing his pets could be plucked if someone started hemming and hawing about the hens.
We honestly didn't know we were breaking the law until after we already had them.
By then, it was too late. They already had names: Belina, Petunia, Nugget, and my personal favorite, Sweet Cheeks.
It didn't seem to make sense as to why those guys would be illegal.
Maybe because they drive the neighbors nuts? Well, Dave says they barely make a peep.
You know, I'd absolutely invite you to hang around, and we'll open the coop, let them run around, and...
Okay, we'll take you up on that, Dave. Even with the hatch open and an easy path to freedom, these girls don't seem too excited about... Whoa, never mind. They fly the coop and rule the backyard roosts. And how about this for earning their keep? Fresh eggs for the family. The chickens eat backyard flies.
And there's even one more plus when it comes to these guys, or girls, I guess. It turns out their droppings make great fertilizer for the backyard garden.
It's the pet for going green, and that's where Cluck comes in.
It's the campaign for the legalization of urban chicken keeping.
The group is bringing together lawbreakers like Dave, and there are a lot of them.
The group numbers in Cluck have tripled in just a few weeks.
Absolutely.
They're hatching a plan to change the law and free everyone from the chicken coop closet.
And tonight it looks like Cluck could be in luck, because I'm told by the city of Sacramento that councilperson Rob Fong has actually already directed city staff to look at changing the law to make sure these guys will no longer be illegal.
Investigative reporter Mike Delastrito undercover for us tonight.
Very cool story. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Technology. The California Senate has approved a plan to release thousands of inmates from overcrowded prisons, but tonight that plan faces an uncertain future in the Assembly. Lawmakers are debating the issue as we speak.
And a rather busy Mike Delastrito is live at the Capitol for us tonight at this hour to tell us where things stand. Mike?
Yes, Sam and Palace, we were wondering just how long the Assembly would stay in session, but tonight they are in recess behind me. They were in session for a little bit earlier. But the Senate did pass this bill earlier. And when you talk about prison reform, it is something that is going to be guaranteed to be controversial, especially when you consider this, the one fact here, that lawmakers are now choosing between saving money and putting more prisoners on the streets.
The Senate debate lasted 6 hours. And in the end, it was a squeaker. Prison reform passed 21-19. Okay, so here's the deal. Early releases for good behavior and taking classes, 42 million saved. Sentencing changes that would turn some felonies to misdemeanors and require less prison time, 134 million saved. Alternative custody, monitoring inmates through GPS, 120 million saved. Nearly 200 million in spending cut on parole through changing what parole violations would send someone back to prison. And probation changes that kick prisoners back to counties would mean 30 million extra dollars. The grand total, more than $500 million and more prisoners on the streets.
More than 20,000 releases and up to 40,000 releases. I just don't think that's the way that we should go about doing our business.
Republicans are furious they couldn't make changes, and frustrated, they say, Democrats wouldn't talk about other prison reform options.
I voted yes because I believe that the overall package actually improves public safety.
Senator Steinberg says the plan lowers parole officer caseloads from 70 to 45. But talk to any DA, sheriff, or police chief, and you'll hear the fear of public safety put in jeopardy. It's just the latest hard hit in the game of economic dominoes, falling everywhere in California.
So what happens next? Well, a live look at the Capitol. We're going to see the Assembly reconvene and talk about this and possibly vote as soon as tomorrow. Meanwhile, this is the Republican plan. They want to line up a slew of the people we just talked about, the DAs, the police chiefs, and the sheriffs, to talk about the detrimental impact they say this plan will cause.
Okay, and there's also the financial considerations here, Mike, which are significant.